Welcome back to The Ambassadors. I'm thrilled to dive into today's topic with you. Let's get right into it.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am super thrilled to have you here today. We are going to be unpacking a really fascinating piece of theological teaching from Ambassadors David F. Nafafulu. It's titled Obedience, the Trigger for Divine Manifestations, and it actually serves as a core message within their 2026 prophetic theme, which is called Double Honor. So, whether you're already deeply familiar with these concepts, or maybe you're just curious about how this specific ministry structures its teachings, we're going to explore exactly how this text frames the mechanics of faith, action, and what it terms divine results. All right, to really grasp the framework we're about to unpack, we first need to look at the anchor scripture provided right at the beginning of the text. Deuteronomy 28:1 sets the theological stage here. It reads, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." This scripture establishes a very direct, conditional relationship. Basically, if a specific action is taken, hearkening diligently, then a very specific supernatural outcome follows. Okay, let's dive into this, because based on that scripture, the text poses a super compelling central question. What is the true trigger for divine manifestations? The author argues that, a lot of people deeply desire miracles or breakthroughs, yet they just find themselves stuck waiting. So why is that? What is the actual missing catalyst that releases the supernatural acts described in these teachings? Well, here's where the text makes a massive shift in how we usually think about how miracles occur. It sets up this incredibly clear distinction. On one side, you've got faith and prayer. The text says, faith believes and prayer prepares. And the author completely acknowledges that these are absolutely foundational. But on the other side, the text states emphatically that obedience activates divine results. It uses this really helpful metaphor. It's like faith and prayer might load the weapon and aim it, but it's obedience that actually pulls the trigger. And the source backs us up with some pretty wild historical precedents. Throughout Scripture, miraculous outcomes were heavily obedience-driven, and they often required actions that, frankly, seemed completely ridiculous at the time. I mean, think about Moses. He was given the totally illogical instruction to stretch a stick over the Red Sea, but the miraculous outcome? The waters actually parted. Or take Naaman, a prestigious military commander who was told to just go take a bath in the muddy Jordan River. When he finally swallowed his pride and obeyed, his leprosy vanished. The text points out that these definitely weren't random accidents. They were deliberate responses to absolute obedience. Moving forward, let's see how this builds into the teachings of Jesus. The author highlights John chapter 14, verse 15, where Jesus emphasizes obedience as the primary, tangible evidence of a person's love and faith. The text notes this really common human struggle. A lot of believers want miracles, but they resist divine